Hey, Chuckers. Hope you're doing well. I wanted to show you this freaking cool tool here. Victory. Louis just was able to turn his like CAD super complex model into this render that we can spin around and check out. This is the like 99% finished version of the Chuckbox, and oh man, there's just like a couple small tweaks left here, but yeah, tooling has began, and now we're just like finalizing the little details for assembly here. And oh, it just has the box looking so good in this tool here with the shadowing and everything. I wanted to run through a few things with you here. One, loving the way the lids come together now, and yeah, the that like handle piece. Whoop, way too far in there. The handle, and then we've got these two basically like pocket locks for the lid to come down and lock in here. We had one at first in the middle, but it wasn't sealing well enough around the rim to prevent water from ingressing in, if that's right way of using that word. uh, Anywho, this gasket here is around the front for the door, as well as the top here for the lid, fully sealing the interior of the box there. So very excited about that. We did some tests on water ingress, and very little water got in on our last sample, and this one is even more refined. So I'm sure that next to no water is going to get in. That's why we can't say fully waterproof yet. We want to get there, but this is at least water resistant for now. So your stuff will stay dry inside. We're going to make a couple little adjustments to the lid. Like for example here, this hinge is intruding this top track here. We want this a little higher so that your stove can sit on it, with the gas fitting just above the thing there, so that your propane tank can sit on the wind or on the wing. So that's one change that we're making. Let's say 99.1% there. But besides that, very happy about the interior here and the way these tracks are lining up. And adjust them a bit, but as you can see, this bin is just going to clear. We actually made this slight modification here, but the bin is just going to clear the top of the door here. Loving these new truck bed wires here as well, instead of the hinges. That didn't really make sense because you want to be able to just open and close it with one hand. So now with the wires instead, just like the bed of a pickup truck, it's going to be much easier. So loving that little change and feature too. And the way these tracks are lining up as well. Like you could fit two bins in here on second track if you wanted to instead. So it's lining very well. And then in terms of the back, I wonder if I can get to the right angle here. It's a little tricky with the mouse, but yeah, the cover of the back wall here, and the trays. Oh, I'm getting a little too tight and complex, but these trays just come right back to the back wall there as well. So it's the little details and how it's all fitting together is feeling so perfect right now. Another example of that is these wings are perfectly square as well. So this side from one end to the other is exactly 400 millimeters. We're doing everything in millimeters. And same with this side. So if you've got two boxes and you wanted to put them side by side, great. Or in an L shape, squared, you could do that too, and they're both going to fit perfectly. We also measured if you've got one box under or two boxes stacked and one on the side as well, the height of two boxes stacked is perfectly equal to the equivalent of one box standing on its legs. So right down to the millimeter, we got it here. So it's just it's the alignments are just really, they just came together so perfectly. Loving seeing that. You might be noticing a couple of the or a few of the add-ons that we have here as well. Loving how those are working out as well. There's the cup holder, and yeah, basically they just clip over the top and then are just held by friction on the bottom. We did a few tests on this and they sit there super well, like very, very strongly. So I was a little bit worried about, if you knocked it from the bottom, was it going to fall off or pull your cup out of the cup holder in a weird way? But no, it stays very steady in there. So loving how that turned out. And then a cool feature with those clips is on the grid. I thought it was going to show on the side, but the clip will hang over top and then sit or rest on the bottom part of the clip. It's not going to attach on the bottom, but it does fit so that the clip sits flush. The bottom of the clip sits flush and 90 degrees vertical against the grid. So that's super cool too, how it just came together so nicely. Wings also will be held down by a locket latch or socket latch as well. Because these wings, they don't actually have the hinge here doesn't actually have a function to lock it when it's down, but just when it's up. And oh man, these are super robust. We went heavy duty on the wings here, putting in a ton of extra support to ensure that the wing is going to be super stable when you're using it. When you're chopping on it or preparing food in some way or whatever you're doing with the wing, we wanted to make sure that it's not going to be wobbling around. And so that's why we added so much structure. We've got this extra plate here, for example, to attach to the brace, as well as this extra piece of aluminum, just adding on some more structure to the left and right rigidity, let's say. Oh, I just did a post on Instagram about the handle, and yeah, I'm so obsessed with the way this is designed. Maybe I'll flip around to the other side of the box since that one, there we go, has the cutting board on it, which fits perfectly into the wing as well. But yeah, this handle, the way it just slides up here, so easy to work with. That's where the hinge attaches on the inside of the box, so ignore that. Yeah, the way it slides up and has that ability to wiggle with and move with you as you're walking around made movement so much easier. We really found with the last handles that the rigidity actually was less what's the word I'm looking for, in tune with your natural body movement. So this has a bit more flow with you as you're heading down to the beach, or campsite is a little bit away from your car and you got to walk down a hill or something. This is just going to move with you and be way easier to carry. So love how that's been integrated in. And where should we go next here? Let's go, I guess, sticking on the wing. Love this cutout here. Easy for your hand to get in there. And when the wing is down, which unfortunately I can't show in this model, maybe we'll find another way for it. But when the wing is, so let me get close here. Yeah, when the wing is down and attached to this lock, it fits just perfectly above this edge here. So you can still get your hand under there, but it just, again, fits so well with the sizing, the form language, the alignment is absolutely perfect here. With the wings here, you can see these hooks integrated in there as well. So if you've got bungee cords or carabiners, you can hook onto those. I used to, on our first sample from the manufacturer, I was using garbage bags to hook onto these. So you could do that if that's where you want to stick your garbage bag, or a paper towel you could attach with a carabiner there as well, or bungee cord, I mean. So yeah, glad that those made it into the latest design iteration. Just trying to provide as many options for functionality in how you might set up your own kitchen, which that's what I'm also very excited about. I'm so excited to see how different people are going to use this and create their own setup and find ways for the Chuckbox to work for them too. So excited to see what you make of this. And why don't we we've kind of done the interior already, did the wings, did the side panels here, the grid as an attachment. Last, zoom out here, get way over onto the side here. Here we go, moving around. Still getting used to this tool. Okay, can talk about the stacking. And then I'll get into the feet and the legs. So glad that the manufacturers were able to work with us on the indent into the lid for the stacking. And it's not something that we have talked about a lot, the stacking feature, but I think it is one of the most beneficial aspects of this Chuckbox. One Chuckbox sure is going to be able to hold, let's say, we think enough equipment for 2 people and a child to eat comfortably, to have to fit everything in there. But if you are cooking for more people than that, you're going to want more space. And when there's 2 of these boxes stacked on top of each other, and you have 2 compartments, 2 huge compartments to put your gear in, then you have tons of space and so much interior space, as well as so much countertop space as well. Imagine having, okay, maybe I'll just stay with this angle here. Imagine having your top wings and then another set of wings under here as well to be opened, and utilized, and stuff hanging from it as well. It's, oh boy, I think I'm getting out of my skill set here. That way. Okay. It's not zooming out in and out for me now. Came at it from a weird angle. Let's see if I refresh what happens. There we go. Okay, now it's working. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, 1 box, 2 boxes stacked on top of each other, tons of interior space. You got your wing space, you got your hooks and hangers. Oh, it's so good. Or, if your preference is one next to it, then you've got 9.5 feet of cooking surface on top. You can do a whole fishing serving line if you want to do that. Or I think my favorite style is having 2 in an L shape, because as a chef, when you're cooking, I can't call myself a chef. I got to say that as well. Definitely not a chef, but as a cook, to have the 2 in an L shape and be able to work here or here, super efficient. And the lids of both can still open, and they're not going to intrude on each other either or collide. So once again, just loving the alignments and how the lines come together on this Chuckbox. Let's finally come into the legs here as well. Check this out underneath. So 1 set of legs is going to fold up underneath first, and we're going to put a sticker indicator on which legs those are. It's very clear and easy, but I'm sure after a few uses you're going to get the hang of it. But our manufacturer is actually making these braces custom, because we couldn't find some that we thought were sufficient enough. We needed some large, robust, sturdy braces to support the legs and prevent as much wobbling as possible. So these things are big. They're 12 inches long, and so they're going to provide tremendous stability. And these legs are going to have a custom mold as well. So these lines here actually provide extra stability. And then we also added some extra thickness here for strength, and all the way along to the bottom as well. So the legs are going to be, super, super strong here and robust. And I'm sure you're wondering as well here how they are going to hide up in and underneath. So I believe it is the left legs first go up and in. So you break the two hinges or braces on that side and push them past the pull tab. That pull tab is going to need a little bit of adjustment too. But we're tweaking that, and so that it's a little bit easier to push past the pull tab, and that secures the first legs. So yeah, the first legs go up when you're holding the left handle there. Push the legs up and under. Grab the right handles. It's hard to do it in a chair here without the box in front of me to demonstrate. But yeah, then you see the right braces have been released as well. Then you can just shift the box down to the ground and push the last legs up underneath to lock them in place too. So this system works for that very easily. To make it dead simple, no complex features in here, but this pull tab should be very easy to push the legs past and then also release when you want to expand the box. So the idea being you release the pull tabs, first set of legs is going to fall past the pull tab, pick up the box, shift it so they fall into place. Then you hit the pull tab again, second legs are going to fall, shift it into place, lock the braces, you're good to go. So the whole process should not take a lot of time. It should go very fast. And we looked at many different options for this. You know, we thought about getting rid of the hinges. We tried a little locking system before as well with the pin system. You may have seen that. We looked at hydraulic cylinders as well. We looked at the same kind of system as a motorcycle as well, like the kickstand. But none of these seemed as easy as this, as using gravity basically to allow the legs to fall. So there was a lot of considerations into how the legs worked here. One thing we did add is some springs to basically create some tension for the legs to fall. So helping gravity a little bit here to pop the legs out. But these springs are very light and easy to push against and push up in and under the box. A couple more things here. Perfect. We did put a little, this is going to be rubber, actually, or sorry, like a hard plastic little foot on the skirt so that if you're pushing it into the back of a truck or car, the aluminum is not going to rub against the bed of the car. So those are in place for easy movement and shuffling around. And finally, let's go into the feet here. So with the feet, the diameter of the foot, adjustable foot, is like just under 1.5 inches, I believe. So it should give enough to catch whatever land or material you're putting the box down on. No problem for campsite. Sand, no matter what we use, you're going to be into that a bit. Moss, it should catch on. Mud, hopefully you're not putting the box in mud. But regardless, the feet are adjustable, just a twist, and it's going to allow you to find the level ground that you're looking for. So yeah, excited about those. Those have been sweet to work with. And those are kind of the main things. I guess you might be wondering what this ring is for. This is a garbage bag holder. Excited about that, to be able to be chopping vegetables and just swish them over into the garbage bag and hopefully composted after that. Mm-hmm. So I think that's it. Those are the main things. Latch is going to catch this strike plate here. I talked about the gasket going around. Oh, that's the bottle opener there that we've integrated in. So you got two, you've got one on either side. Yeah, those are the main features. I mean, it's one thing to show you this in a model, whole nother thing to see it in person and be working with this as well. So I'm so excited to get it into your hands. And if you've got any questions about the design or how we designed this or why we made certain design decisions, let us know. Shoot us a message, email, or in the comments. All right, Chuckers, thanks for checking this out. Thanks for checking this out.